Hello my friends all over the world, wherever you are. William Poloniak here again from Whole Health Foundation. And in this video, I'm going to attempt to make strawberry juice. Now many people have asked me, can you make strawberry juice on a hydraulic press juicer? And generally speaking, the answer is no. What you do is you make a puree or a nectar drink, and perhaps mix it with a little water and drink the strawberry pulp and all. But in this video, I'm going to try to make some strawberry juice because I'm making it on the new Whole Health Foundation Premium Juicer, which enables you to leave the press up longer because you have a solid bottom plate which is not liable to break, so you can leave your press up over a minute or more. And perhaps you didn't know, but the best nutrients and your trace minerals are in the last 10% of your squeeze. So here we have some strawberries that I bought at the store, and the first thing of course you do is you take out the stem, discard that, and I'm going to do two different methods. And one thing you want to do is you want to inspect the strawberries for any places that look like they might be too soft or rotten. There I found a spot. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bamboo liner because that's going to prevent any fruit from sticking to the cloth. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 1/4-inch grid because I don't want this to be mashed into too big of a sauce and more of chunks that can be pressed. So I'll put in the 1/4-inch size holes. And the first thing I'm going to do is take some strawberries without shredding them. And I'll put them in here. Fold the cloth over. Then fold the cloth over the bamboo liner. And as tight as a package as you can. And this is very important. Press that down, little crease back here, little crease here. Now, for fruit, this technique is very important. Take the cloth like so and fold it under because you don't want any of that fruit escaping. So we'll set that aside, and the next batch we're going to feed through the feed tube. Very important now, always keep this covered with your hand or with your pusher, especially with greens and with fruit. So we'll keep that covered with the pusher and we'll make some pulp. Now it's a good idea with fruit like grapes and strawberries and such to shut the machine off in between, because if you don't it'll spit out, believe me. And here's the last of my strawberries for strawberry pulp. Now the next step is going to be to put the strawberry pulp in the cloth, but first I almost forgot my bamboo liner. I've already cleaned the juicer, so I'm going to put the feed tube back on. The cutter goes in top with the hole facing down, and the grid slide with the grid holder. I'm going to put the number 2 grid back in because I'm making carrot juice next. And in this batch, I've made the pulp, and that's going to go into the bamboo liner. And we're going to see if I get any more strawberry juice from shredding it as I do with pressing whole strawberries. So I'm going to fold this over. And again, I want to point out with fruit and greens especially, put a little crease here, and you want to take the cloth up like so and fold it under because you don't want that cloth exploding on you. Now, this one has strawberries, this one has shredded strawberries. Put it in the tray, all the way back and back it off a little. Advance it all the way. Now because it's fruit, I'm going to leave it up for a full minute. I want to extract as much juice and as much nutrient as possible. And this is the advantage to the Whole Health Foundation premium model, because you have a solid bottom plate, an optional solid top plate, and you can leave the press up for a minute or longer. There's 15 seconds. There we have a half a minute. Now I'm making strawberry juice because I'm on probably the 14th day of a long juice fast, and I want every bit of nutrient out of this produce as I can get. Now a good rule of thumb is when your flow starts to becoming drops instead of a steady flow, it's time to stop your press. Now there we are at a full minute. I'll leave it running a little longer than a minute. Now we have only drops. There's a minute and 15 seconds. So we'll back it off. Now here's a little tip. So that the juice tray doesn't drip on my countertop, I'm going to set it back. But you want it to be very, very obvious. Because you don't want to set it back just a little bit. Obvious, so that you don't make a mistake and damage your juicer. So let's look at our pulp. The one on top was the one that we shred. It's still quite damp, which tells me that a nectar would be a better choice than a juice. It looks very, very damp to me. But we're going to throw this away. I'll set that aside for now. And let's look at the one that had the strawberries within without shredding. We probably got just as much juice out of it, but again, the pulp is very, very wet, but pressed pretty well. I would say you don't need to shred your strawberries. We'll set that aside and clean it later. Let's do a little taste test. Strawberry juice, made on a Whole Health Foundation premium juicer. Here we are, my friends. Let's taste it. Just like strawberry, and delicious. Remember to swish your juices around in your mouth a bit. You want the saliva to mix with your juice for proper digestion. One thing I'm going to do is mix it 50% with water. It's a little too sweet. Mixed with water, for me, it's much better. Here's to your health, my friends. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. And remember, generally speaking, things like melon, strawberry, blueberry, mango, you make a nectar and drink the whole fruit, but you can make juice if you're using a Whole Health Foundation juicer where you can leave the press up longer. I'll see you in the next video.